Hey there everyone, Luke here. A couple of things I want to say before, well, one thing I want to say before I get into the review this week. First thing is that next week is the last chapter before there's a break for Shonen Jump. I'm not sure if it's Golden Week or whatever, but yeah. So next week will be chapter 175, and then after that we'll have the break, which we'll be talking about Dr. Stone. Then now it'll be doing recapping of chapter 4 of Dr. Stone, and also since we have the anime out as well, I might mention that but overall impressions of the anime so far, really enjoying it. And this week coming, we get the introduction of why. Oh, I'm so excited to find. I'm so excited to figure out like how that whole part is going to be animated in the anime. So I'm really looking forward to that. And also as well, go and check out the new Pokemon series as well. It's pretty damn good for post Ash Ketchum series. So pretty good stuff so far. So yeah, probably be doing probably doing something related to that at some point in the future. Don't know when, but for now, let's just talk about this chapter. Alright, so this will be chapter 174, titled Tio Academy. Now, I know some people on the Mission Yozakura family Discord are still in debate about whether or not this should be cast as an arc itself. But personally, for me, like I said last week, I'm calling this the Academy arc because it's been building up to this moment for a few chapters, and now we're finally here. And given the ending of this chapter, it does seem that we're going to be here for a little while longer. Maybe the next 8 or 10 chapters will be at this academy, getting Hifumi and Alpha really built up as fights, which is quite interesting in this chapter. And a bit like, I'm not sure if I really like this, where Alpha seems to be more embracing the spy lifestyle, even though they've been saying like, look, Alpha, you can do whatever you want. But whether or not he's just embracing it because it's like just a new experience for him, but he's still adamant about not being a spy, that remains to be seen. But anyway, the chapter starts off with them in the aqua car called the Sumomo. I guess submarine mobile car. I guess that's what it's called. Although truth be told, correct me if I'm wrong, because I know somebody will probably point this out, but pretty sure this is the first time we've actually heard the name of the car. I could be completely wrong. On that. So if anyone wants to correct me on that, feel free to. But yeah, we have basically the opposite of what we've had for the last few chapters. Because if you know, like Hifumi was just like, over praising of well, Alpha did give praise to Hifumi a few chapters ago, but he was like not really showing it to her, right to her face. But now he's completely embracing the Kyorichio style of love, right? Yeah, and you just see Hifumi just getting really nervous, just like, Alpha, can you please stop this? This is kind of embarrassing. It's just like, nope, I'm not going to be doing this. And of course, Tayo and Musume are just in the front, like Tayo's driving himself as a caution and that, and Musume's just going through like the guidebook for Tio Academy, just being like, yeah, my kids, they're being Yozakuras at last. Yeah, whatever. As we have Alpha being like, you're as adorable as ever today, Hifumi, and then Hifumi's just like, Mama, Alpha's scaring me right now. He's being a bit too clingy here, and is like, yeah, you'll want to talk here, Hifumi, especially given what you've been saying. So now this is kind of like get your own back here. So now you know how it feels for Alpha when you're being a bit too clingy to him, and Musume says, he's in a good mood ever since we told him about the school. Well, so just be nice to him, because you know it's not every day you get to be all praised by your brother. And I guess Musume is just being like this because she's like, yeah, I'm kind of used to it, Fumi, and you've got to get used to it at this point as well. But then we have Alpha saying to Tayo, like, hey Dad, I didn't realize that you I didn't realize that you knew about this. No, it's not Alpha. Alpha does say this to Tayo later on in the chapter, but it's actually Tayo who's saying this to Alpha. It's just like, hey, I didn't know you knew about the academy. It's just like, Father, who do you think I am? I study all the time, so of course I know about this academy. And it was just a question like, oh, is it really that near of a place? Because I've never heard of it. And of course, and Alpha being as smug as a Yozakura can be, yeah. Very much, he's a Yozakura. It's like, no, so you don't know something here very well. Allow me to educate you on this. And he's just, and Iyofumi's just like, oh no, because I know about your explanations. And of course, he goes on about explaining how the academy is, just because he has it in the Alpha database. It's like, oh no, Alpha, I know exactly what you're like. You're always giving these more elaborate explanations, and if you did it, it'll be too long. I'll fall asleep, so you only get 1 minute. 1 minute to explain it. But of course, Alpha, being a Yozakura, just starts to go off on a tangent about it, like just giving this more elaborate explanation of the academy, just like established by the Spy Association. TO Academy is the ultimate leading institution in the spy world. It counts amongst its alumni not just great spies but also great politicians and academies of the normal world. So this might explain why Alpha is mega excited about this, because even though he doesn't necessarily want to be a spy, he knows that, okay, this is the perfect academy for me, because it means that I can basically do whatever I want, get whatever career I have, but still absorb the lifestyle of what my parents go through without actually having to do the lifestyle. So it's pretty interesting that in that regard, that this academy not just benefits not just spies but a whole variety of different professionals. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if Kyorichio went to this academy at some point as well. And even though he was mainly a doctor, he got some techniques of being a spy as well. That wouldn't surprise me as well. Maybe Kai went to this academy. That would explain that a lot as well, especially given who is the actual principal here. Although I'm just going to say that Kyorichio is the principal. I think everyone. I was predicting that some of the siblings would be staff at this academy. I mean, I was debating whether or not Kyorichio would be the principal, but the more I thought about it after reading his chat, it's like, yeah, that does make sense. He would be the principal, considering he is the vice principal of the school that Tayo and Mutsumi and everyone went to back in the day. He continues on saying and trying to get the explanation out, but of course he goes on very too long that he'll feel just like just stop right now. And he's like, why are you doing this? And she goes on and explains, I don't like you gushing over stuff I don't get. And Alpha's just like, oh, quit being jealous of school. That is hilarious. The fact that she's just like, don't like gushing over, I don't get this, and when I don't get it, I don't like you just gushing over something. Like, you're meant to be focusing on me, Alpha, not on the school. And he's just like, why are you getting jealous over a school? That is pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so this is when Alpha asks Tayo why he didn't tell him he knew about the school. As we see Alpha just bring out basically a Kyorichio style torture device, which is basically he activates his watch and out of it comes a hand which grabs Tayo by the head. And of course Tayo, being Tayo, is just so used to this right now, it doesn't faze him. He's just got exposed to it so much that he's just like, ow, 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 ow. And Alpha, could you not be doing that? I'm driving. If you have to no, it's not. No, this part was really funny, because Tayo's just like that. Ow, 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 ow. Why are you doing this? Why you did this? And then you have Mutsumi saying like, oh, come on, Alpha, Papa's driving. If you're gonna do that to anyone, do it to me. And sure enough, Alpha does it to her, like, so he gives the same punishment to Mutsume, and she's just like, and he's just like, okay, you're asking for it, Mama, I'm gonna do it. Like, that's a really funny moment right there in the chapter of just like Mutsume's just like, okay, I know you want to do this because you want to punish your papa, but he's driving, so come on, I'll take the punishment for him. And this is where Mutsume explains that she went to the academy as well. So even though Mutsume is not a spy in the same sense that Taiyo and Kyorichio and Futaba and all the others are, she still went to this academy, and it would make sense because it would mean she would get various techniques onto how actually be the head of the Yozakura family, and also how she can protect the family in her own way without having to gather the necessary techniques that all the other members have, because she had to know at least some techniques, or being the head of how she could also defend herself when backed into a corner. So pretty interesting that we get this kind of world building, which is not something we normally get with Yozakura family. So it's very interesting how this chapter is just engulfing us in the world building of this spy academy, and I love it for that. And Mutsume continues on to explain that she went to night classes and summer lectures when she wasn't in the regular school, and she did this so she could actually learn more about the spy world. And because of the fact that the school was just basically word of mouth all the time, people obviously thought it would be a legend, and they accepted that, and she goes on and says, oh, anybody can be accepted if you can actually find it. And because obviously the Yozakura family are well known, are a really good spy family, they would obviously know about this academy, which would make sense why Kyorichio in the last chapter says that, this brings back memories. Although this begs the question, did he just become the principal? Because the way he mentioned in the last chapter, it seems to imply that he's only recently just become the principal. Who knows? Or unless maybe he was the principal for a while. And it's pretty obvious from the shot that he's obviously been keeping tabs of the Yozakura on Taiyo, Mutsume, Alpha, and Hifumi, obviously preparing them for this moment, and also preparing himself for this moment, because it seems to be implying through this chapter and through these last couple of chapters that he's not going to be having any more ill will towards Taiyo, of being protective of being with Mutsume, but at the same time he's going to be like I said in the last chapter, if anything bad happens to them, you know what's coming, Taiyo. So glad he's gone out of that phase, but with this chapter it seems like he's getting into an even more creepier phase. But Mutsume continues on and says, I thought about sending you two there for a while, but there was only one teeny tiny problem that stopped her, which of course was obviously the problem before was Momo, and now that he's dealt with, they've got an even bigger problem with Asa. But at the same time, it is wise to send them here, because a school full of spies, Asa will probably be like, okay, yeah, no point in attacking them now, because they'll just get everyone to gang up on me. So yeah, best leave them be for a while. I feel like that's what's going to be Asa's plan. It's like, yeah, he's going to look at that situation, know that there's no way he can mess with this. So best step back for a while. And yeah, she can finally take them to the other alumni of the academy, and no matter what choice you make, Alpha, and no matter how bold you choose to act, Hifumi, she's sure the school will accept both of them for who they are. And considering the way she's talking in the chapter, yeah, it does imply that all the siblings are staff members here, whether they're teachers or professors or whatever. It seems to imply that they're all under the same roof, and this is a great way to reintroduce them all into the story and have one-on-one sessions without them being like, okay, we've got to go to this location to find them, we've got to go to that location to find them. And what I've loved about this time skip so far is that we've not just been like, okay, we're back from the time skip, get everyone back together, now we go after Asa. Like, it seems that the overall really is taking his time before we jump into the final battle with Asa, which I'm really glad on that front, that we're actually taking some time. We're not rushing anything at this stage. Who knows what's coming up in the next like 10 or so chapters. So we finally actually arrive at the academy, and they think at first Alpha and Hifumi are like, what, it's on an island, but Mutsume corrects them like, no, this is the yeah, Mutsume is the one who's like, no, no, this is the actual roof right now. As we see it, as we see the car actually descend, and and she mentions that, oh, it was founded 150 years ago, and the school quietly observes the world from under the sea. No, I'm not going to do a Little Mermaid reference right there, but yeah, she welcomes them to Teo Academy, the school for spies, as we see sharks just swimming around this just like this engulfing. It's like an underwater city for spies, guarded by great white sharks. I assume they're great white sharks, but yeah, this will be Alpha's like dream vacation, dream school trip, considering the fact that great white sharks are his favorite animal, and they're just flabbergasted, like both of them flabbergasted, like, this is a starry sky. It's built into the submerged part of the island. Oh wow, the rumors were true. And then we have this little funny moment of just Tayo not realizing, like, wait a second, how do you actually get in this school? I can't really figure out where we're actually supposed to go, considering looking at this picture, like, yeah, there's no way to actually park the car, and he's just like, yeah, where do I actually park this? And Mutsume's just like, oh, there's a landing entrance, but your waterfront gate is closest to the principal's office. Like I said, Kyorichio is the principal right now, so they're obviously going to him first, because given his status as Kyorichio, it would make sense to actually meet up with him, and the fact that they know that he's coming back into their lives right now, it would make sense, like, yeah, get to him first. Although, do they actually know that Kyorichio's the principal, or is it just something that they're gonna go and they're gonna be like, oh wow, he really is the principal, like. But yeah, it does seem to imply that they know that Kyorichio's the principal, and it would make sense. Like, I assume Kyorichio would have at least told Mutsume, or at least told Tayo, like, yeah, I'm the principal of this academy, come and meet me here. That would make a lot of sense. Yeah, it would make a lot of sense for him to, like, come and meet me here, because then you'll be safe from Asa for the time being, and we can all meet up and decide what's going to happen next. That would make a lot of sense. But yeah, they go through, obviously, the procedure of, like, oh, state your business, why are you here? Oh, we're here with Hirofumi Yozakura and Alpha Yozakura to get them trained up and everything. As we see plenty of spies right here, we see as Alpha and Hirofumi are just, again, just like starstruck about being in this technologically advanced spy school right now. And we see, like, a samurai spy. We see two spies wearing hoodies in the background. But yeah, the brains are just like exploding of just like this tech here. And Alpha, of course, this is just like his perfect. This is like his Christmas and birthday all rolled into one right here. And Hilfi's just like, this is a school, but there are a lot of grown-ups, and Mutsume is just like, oh, no, yeah, it's also a spy training center. Lots of people come here to learn new skills for new jobs, both above and below, which again makes sense, because given what it was said, that the school actually teaches to have careers in both in the normal world and in the spy world. So it would make sense for it to be a spy training center as well. But yeah, Alpha's just going off on a tangent. It's like, oh, there's a big dome on the floor, and it must be used in pressure. So, like, he's going off on a tangent, just explaining, like, how the school actually operates. Before he's like, come on, says, I've got the entire map in my watch now. We can take our tour. I mean, we could go explore. I mean, no, take the tour. And he's just dragging his sister away. And I love this, because it's very much typical sibling relationship of just like, oh, come on, over here, you're gonna love it, and you just drag this with, like, whoa, slow down, you're going too fast, but like, no, come on, it's just excitable, and you can tell that he's very much excitable here, whereas Hirofumi was just like, please, I don't. Calm down, you're getting way too excited here. We've just arrived here, so take a deep breath. And he's just like, no, come on. And Tao's just like, wait, first we should go and greet the principal. But he's just like, oh, let them go, Tao. I've just received a text from the principal. He says they can wander around if they want. He'll go and get them personally. Okay, so yeah, Mutsume has to know that Kyorichio is the principal. I think Tayo kind of has an idea, but he's kind of being kept in the dark for, I would say, obvious reasons, but not really sure. No, no. Oh no. Oh no! They both have to know. They both have to know because as soon as she's like, "Okay, we'll go and wait in the principal's office. And he'll go and collect them personally." Tao at that point is just relaxing. He'll be like, "Okay, you two, we'll be waiting in the principal's office while you guys go and explore." So yeah, they have to know that Kyorichio is the principal of this school. That just has to be common knowledge to them. And again, it would make sense for him to be like that. Like, okay, I'm the principal of Tao Academy of Tio, not Tao Academy, Tio Academy. Come and meet me here, and we can discuss what's happening next. That would make a lot of sense. But also as well because he's dying to meet his niece and nephew at this point, considering he's probably kept tabs on them based on what he says later on in the chapter. He's been keeping tabs on them and been keeping in contact with Mutsumi and Tao. Like, he's probably the only one that can actually keep in contact with them. It was probably something that they came to agreement with, like, okay, I'll keep in contact with you. I'll be the only one that keeps in contact with you. I'll be monitoring Asa, but well, no, I don't think he was monitoring Asa because he couldn't trace. No, he might have not been monitoring Asa because that would have been too suspicious. So most definitely, he's been monitoring and keeping a close eye on Tao, Mutsumi, Alpha, and Hiyofumi to get to this point in their lives. So we have Hiyofumi and Alpha going around and exploring the academy, and the reason why I can back it up that the siblings, all of them, have to be in this academy, and Kyorichio probably recruit them all. It's like, okay, it's getting close to that time, 5 years, so we've all got to come together, and I'll give you guys jobs at this academy where you can basically be yourselves right now, show the fruits of your training over the past 5 years, while also preparing our niece and nephew for this part. Like, he's probably told them all about Alpha and Hiyofumi, or unless, like I said, he's probably kept them all in the dark to kind of keep it under wraps. But yeah, so many questions need to be answered here. Like, do the other siblings know about Alpha and Hiyofumi? Because it does seem like Kyorichio might have told them, but at the same time, I've kept them in the dark. And just be like, look, come to this academy. We all need to be under this roof right now. But yeah, the reason why I can back it up is because of all the rooms that they actually go to. All the rooms that they actually go to, because we see a library here, which could be indicative of Kyorichio because he likes to read a lot. We have an armory, you think Shinzo. You have lectures that cover all topics from crack cradles to national subversion, which could be an indication of Shion or something like no. Could be an indication of Keigo because it mentions cat's cradle, and we know that Keigo likes to be like a cat. We've also got the cutting edge technology of the research lab and medical center, which you think medical center, you think no. Like, there's all sorts of references here to the other Yozakura siblings, and the fact that they go and visit 5 rooms as well, like 5 other siblings, that just hammers it on. Yeah, like, the other Yozakura siblings are teachers here. So yeah, we have medical records here, like obviously Nano. We have the student lounge where it's arcade and casino to help the students relax. That's obviously Shion's department because of all the games she likes, and the fact that we also have a doll that looks eerily like Keigo right here, like a doll, and I think that is the Yozakura symbol on that cradle machine. Like, surely that is the Yozakura symbol. Like, yeah, that is the Yozakura symbol. Like, I need to look at the watch again, like the watch and the yo-yo, but I'm pretty sure that is the symbol on that crane machine. But yeah, looking at this lab, yeah, that's obviously a Nanano, and a 5-star spa treatment and a mythical seafloor hot spring. That is obviously Futaba. Like, we know that she likes to have her treatments at hot springs, and given the fact that she went to hot spring during the time skip, that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, these obviously have to be hammering in on the head that yeah, the Yozakura siblings are at this academy and are teachers here. But yeah, as Alpha is just gushing over all of this and being like, oh my god, this is the best school ever. It gives us access to every single field, and I can actually build my peaceful future here. This is unbelievable. We have Hiyofumi being a little bit more unsure, and she's like, yeah, I think I kind of hate this place. And I was like, why? did something happen? Okay, I can actually look at. Let me have a look at. No, it doesn't look like it's the Yozakura. It's the Yozakura symbol because I'm looking at the crest on Hirofumi's dress, and it doesn't look like the same as the one on that crane machine. But yeah, I can't really see. I'm gonna have to look at the yo-yo, like get a very clear image of the yo-yo that she's holding, and whether or not that is a clue as to what's going on here. But yeah, she says, yeah, this school might be really nice and really neat, but I don't think it'll be all that neat because there'll be lots of people gathering and glancing at them the whole time, as we see that she's obviously wrapped up a load of people with her yo-yo, as they're like, wait a second, they're the Yozakura brats, they're wanted, they're right here in this academy, we've got the perfect chance to snatch them up and get really big bugs right now. And she's like, yeah, not gonna happen. And we see her wrapping it all up. She's like, when I looked at their phones, they had their pages open. Lots of people came here, right here. Well, there are also nice people here. I bet there are lots of not nice people here, as we see them get surrounded by everyone, and they're just like, oh, they're the Yozakura brats, like I said before, like they're like, oh wait, they're the Yozakura brats, and service laws don't apply here, so we can basically go after them. The school's not going to do anything, and those actions can lead to deaths. But hey, we don't care. They've got a huge reward on their head. They've got a huge bounty, so we can basically go after them. And this is where Alpha's like, oh yeah. It's another rumour. The school has only one rule, the same rule that governs the whole of the spy world, survival of the fittest, as we see all the spies trying to go after them, and we have Hirofumi and Alpha, like true siblings, backing each other up. It's like, okay, I've got your back, you've got my back, even though we might not stand a chance to get them, at least we can take them together. But as they get prepared for everything, we see all the spies get lined up and just bow to them. With tremendous force, and this is where Alpha and Hirofumi are just like, what the hell has just happened here? 1 second they were coming after us, and now they're all in a line right in front of us, bowing before us, and some of the spies are just like, I can't move, I really can't move, and we just see this tremendous aura happening that's just emanating from them. I see a mysterious figure in the it's Kyorichio. Kyorichio's in that shadow, which I'm gonna say, this is one of the best reintroductions to a character I've ever. You just see Kyorichio just be like, clocking his boots through the academy, of just being like, correct. This is a crumble of darkness where people of all talents gather for reasons of their own. Which, by the way, I've said this on the Mission Yozakura page on the Discord, but get the voice actors for Johann Liebert's from Monster, both the sub and the dub. Let me find out what the... I know Keith Silverstein was the voice in the dub for Johann, and get him to voice Kyorichio in the dub for Yozakura family. So yeah, Naosuma Sasaki and Keith Silverstein, get them both to voice Johann. They're like, because not get them both to voice Kyorichio, because they were both the voice of Johann. Johann's voice is perfect voice for Kyorichio. Just like the calm, soothing, but also has a layer of creepiness to it as well. His voice will be, their voices will be absolutely perfect for Kyorichio. But yeah, he goes on to say, once upon a time, many spy organizations, including our own family, built this for the sake of our future generations, a place where each era's greatest talents could gather, a dark and lonely castle where they could grow without laws or sense to get in their way. Used properly, it could be molded into our family's greatest defense, which again makes sense because they've got the biggest threat that's happening to them right now, Asa. So it's pretty obvious why Kyorichio became the principal of this academy, to mold it into the greatest defense for their family. Of just like, okay, Asa's on our tail, we're all going to be threatened, even my niece and nephew, so they need to come here where they can be under our protection for the time being, whilst we get them built up as well. Because it seems like they're going to try and get then built up to help take on Asa as well, because the fact that there are two Yozakuras now that have been born that Asa I don't think was prepared for. This actually gives them an advantage against him and his plan to harvest them. So Kyorichio is taking no chances right now. He's like, we've got an advantage right now with these two. If we can mold them into great spies, then we might actually have a chance to take down Asa, because we all saw how easy it was for Asa to just negate Kyorichio's blooming, and he probably thought like, okay, that's going to be a problem if we all go charging after him. We need to take this, we need to take our time with this and probably build ourselves up. And if other Yozakuras, like if Mutsumi and Tao start having kids, which they did, like that's perfect, because Asa probably won't have any data on them whatsoever. But whoever sent out that wanted poster, that remains to be seen if they are working with Asa and they've got some kind of, and he's got some information on them at this point. That remains to be seen. But yeah, continuing on, he says, as for you idiots who can't be bothered to check school communications, carve this into your soul. So yeah, he probably Kyorichio probably sent out an FYI to everyone in the academy. Like, by the way, my family are coming here, including my new niece and nephew. So if you guys ever try to harm them, then you can kiss your lives goodbye. As he says here, for as long as I'm the principal of this school, harming these twins means death. And not Kyorichio, Alpha and Hifumi are just like, who the hell is this guy? But before they can do it, their hands seem to be moving by themselves, which we know is obviously Kyorichio's Steel Spider. And basically, it seems to imply that the reason why all these spies just immediately just dropped to their knees and got in line was because of Kyorichio's Steel Spider. So he's obviously been training so hard right now, like to the point where his Steel Spider it could be so fast that it's invisible to the naked eye. Because it was like in an instant, like they were attacking him, and then all of a sudden everyone was in front of them, like what, just like in the span of like, I would say 2 seconds at max. So it just shows how much stronger and how much faster Kyorichio has gone in the span of one chapter and just with one demonstration. And yeah, the reason why it seems to be Steel Spider is because after oh no, actually we've got the, yeah, it's not the same symbol as what was on that crane machine. But given the fact that it was a crane machine and specifically built as an arcade, it does make sense that that would be Shion, and the fact that it was a Keigo-like doll, that does make a lot of sense. But yeah, the reason why it seems to be Steel Spider causing all of this commotion here is because after in the next panel where Kyorichio is explaining how to improve on their abilities, we see Steel Spider get released from them, as he goes on to say, I'll go your palm and elbow more, that will increase the speed and spin of your yo-yo Hifumi, or your Hifumi yo-yo. Have the Alpha Watch watches you can form activate at the same time, and you could effectively get auto aim. A yo-yo that would be a natural extension of Flowerbud soft fingers. A watch that would cling to silky skin like a hug. I designed both of them to bring out your unique talents to the fullest. You've only just begun. Like, of course he designed it to be based around a hug, because he's so obsessed with getting a hug from Mutsumi. But now he might be more obsessed with getting a hug from Alpha and Hifumi. So he's gone from being creepy Siscon to creepy uncle, who's like just obsessing over his niece and nephew, which I don't know what's worse, like creepy Siscon or creepy uncle who just wants to see his niece and nephew as like the apples of each one of his eyes, as he explains right here. So you guys be the judge of that. But yeah, they recognize Kyorichio, like, wait a second, this is the guy that was on the webpage with us, as he formally introduced himself, and you can see that he's doing the eyes and look there of just slitting back his hair. So, and he does seem a little bit older in this panel, but at the same time, he doesn't seem like he's aged all that much, even though it's 5 years, which again makes sense. It's only been 5 years, and he's a grown up, so he's it seems like he has put on a little bit of weight, but overall, not really much of a dramatic change in his character, which does make sense. I mean, the only thing that's different is the gel black hair. And he's probably doing that just for show of the fact that he's the principal now, as he, like he says here, I'm Kyorichio Yozakura, the principal of Taiyo Academy, and your most loving uncle. and that's where the chapter ends. So he's formally introduced himself to Hiyofumi and Alpha. Now, this throws out one of my fears of just like Kyorichio not knowing about them and just being like, oh, you're mute. Oh, you look so like your mother, and just being creepy around them. But he's being creepy in a much more professional way. Now, I don't know if that sounds super wrong for Kyorichio, but it just seems super creepy still at the same time. But yeah, very much not the way I expected Kyorichio to be reintroduced in the story. But I kind of like it. Like it would make sense for him to be like, okay, they're ready to be trained up right now. Even though they've started and they've grown a lot, they've still got a lot more growing to do and a lot more potential to be worked out. So we need to be here, right now. So it does make sense that he would gather them here and then be like, and then maybe in the next chapter he's going to be like, and these are your other aunts and uncles. Say hi to them. And we're probably at this point as well going to get one-to-one training mini arcs in this much more larger academy arc between the siblings and Alpha and Hiyofumi. Like we'll probably get 1 or 2 chapters with each of the siblings. Basically says like, okay, let's see what you can do and if you guys are ready to take your bronze spy license. And Alpha probably won't want to do that, but Hiyofumi will be probably absolutely ecstatic to be doing that, and especially like again, I cannot wait for most of the interactions between Hiyofumi and Kyorichio, because it's going to be like she's going to be like majorly free time. It's like, oh come on, I did all this for you guys, and this is the high I get from you, but. That just remains to be seen. And yeah, looking at the time on my camera right now, this has been the longest that I've gone without actually stopping to take a break. So yeah, overall, very good chapter. Great reintroduction to Kyorichio and fantastic world building. I can't wait for the other Yozakura siblings to finally come back and see what interactions they're going to be like with Alpha and Hiyofumi. But anyway, guys, what did you think of this chapter? Let me know. Like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. And this will be Lasherluke signing off. Later, guys.